Next up, we have Ill from the Osu soundtrack thing. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with these. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. If you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Become a member, one of them paid subscription things, to support the channel even further than that. This is Cytus 2. Cytus 2, sorry. Cytus 2, thank you for correcting me. So yeah, Ill from Cytus 2. Yeah, as I said, I'm not familiar with these things, and there's no thing there. So, yeah, two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track, so I will be pausing a lot as I will be explaining and pointing things out as I hear them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. As you just saw, I just got corrected live on air. So yeah, from Cytus to Cytus 2. So there you go. I have no idea who the composer is because it's not set over here. So yeah, single take, that kind of thing. So yeah, get corrected. Yeah, there you go. I know how to admit when I'm wrong. No shade. Let's do this. Let's go. Ill from Cytus 2. Let's go. Okay. That was a couple of seconds of silence. I was wondering if my audio was broke, but the artist named Ice. Okay, so it's not a label, it's the actual artist. Okay, so we start with a couple of elements. A piano going downwards and violins holding a note very nicely up. The piano is playing chords downwards, which is a very lovely cascading thing. Rectangle, welcome today, how you doing? So, very Claire de Lune vibes, very Chopin-esque. I like it. Let's see where this goes. Okay, we have the strings. Okay, so we start bringing in what is called the string orchestra. String orchestra is going to be two sections of violins, one section of violas, one section of violoncellos, and one section of double basses. The orchestras can be very big, and usually the string orchestra is going to be more of a accompaniment thing. It's a very flexible section kind of thing. It's a very flexible area, so they can have just as much melodic focus as they can be very rhythmic and accompaniment, right? So atonal, no, this is not atonal. This is more in the romantic, so advanced harmony, but not quite atonal. It just had a few moments of dissonance, which is a very Debussy, Chopin thing to do. So, but it's really warm here. So yes, we are having that, and now we also brought in a flute, giving us once again that ceiling to this. Let's see where it goes. A piccolo flute, yes, and a flute. I like this. So the rhythm is going back and forth between the piano and the violins. So the violins, the string orchestra, is doing on the beat rhythm, and the piano is doing syncopated rhythm, and all together are doing just a very solid rhythm altogether. So let me go through the concept of syncopation. Syncopation, once again, is when you play against the beat. When it comes to music, once again, you have three elements: melody, harmony, and rhythm. So when it comes to rhythm, we build it by organizing how long things take, and for that we use bars or measures, which is just the smallest subdivision of time, and those are determined by a time signature, which is two numbers: upper number, lower number. Upper number means how many notes in a bar. Lower number is the kind of notes that you can have in that bar. In English, it's super easy. Whole notes is 1, half notes is 2, quarter notes is 4, eighth notes is 8, so on and so forth. So in this case, 4/4 is 4 quarter notes, which then you would notate and you would count that way. So, the way you count them, 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That kind of thing. So, on the beat would mean anything that hits along with that 1 through 4. Off the beat, syncopated, would be anything in between. So, as I said, right, we have these things. These notes. So one whole note has 2 half notes, 1 half note has 2 quarter notes, 1 quarter note has 2 eighth notes. So in a 4/4 bar, you will have 8 eighth notes. And those eighth notes would be on that syncopation. So what we're having right now is that the string orchestra is playing on the beat, the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the piano is playing the in-between, which, when you count it, it's going to be the number and the concept of an. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're having the violins 1, 2, 3, 4, and the piano going and, which is giving us this like bouncing sensation between the two, which is very, very lovely. So let's see where it goes, because on top of that we are still having those melodies up above with the flutes acting not so much as a flying melody, but kind of like a ceiling, like it's something steady that is just there. So let's see. Oh, so yeah, we had a piccolo flute. We had a piccolo. Enzo, behave. Wrong thing. So there is a concept of the piccolo flute. A flute, of course, is this lovely. The orchestral flute is the one made out of metal. This is a like these are called the recorder flute. But then we have the piccolo, which is just a small version of the flute, which just goes way higher than everything. This was used very militaristic, very, very militaristic in that sense. But it's really cool to hear a piccolo flute having that. And, of course, it is doing what we call doubling. So what the piccolo flute was doing was that the highest note that the piano was playing in those chords, the piccolo flute was also playing a couple of octaves higher. So it is giving us that sense of, while the piano is playing these vertical slices going through this, we have a piccolo going around playing that overall shape way higher up, which is a really, really cool way of just things, of it's just really cool texture. Janelle, welcome today. How you doing? Let's see. Okay, piano and string orchestra. Okay. Electronic elements. That went completely yeah, don't request yet. I'll tell you when you can start requesting. That went in a completely different direction than I was expecting. That was awesome. So we went over, and now we went from the concept of straight eighths, which is, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, to triplets. So now we're doing tripleted eighth notes. So again, we are using a 4/4 bar as an example, and as I just mentioned, right, when you have these, you have 8 eighth notes in your bar, which we count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that kind of thing. However, triplets, or the academic term, which is tuplet or tupleting, is when you take a space, in this case, the space of a straight eighth notes, and you cram more notes than they should fit. So in this case, it would be the most popular one, the eighth note triplet. So these are written this way. You put 3 of them, you put a little 3, maybe the brackets there, and what is happening is that during the same time that we were playing 2 eighth notes, we are playing 3 eighth notes now. However, we are distributing them so that they all take the same amount of time to play. And that gives us this feeling of just smooth motion. So the way, again, that you count these, so this would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we are counting them as 1 ta ta, first ta and second ta. That is literally how we count it, right? So we go from 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 to 1 ta ta, 2 ta ta, 3 ta ta, 4 ta ta. I said tooth there, which is a lot smoother, and that is the big change we've done. Of course, we also added the electronic drums over there, and I want to see what else there is, because we might still be doing the overall same melodies, which would be our motif. Motif, of course, being the smallest version of the musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from. But, let's see, triplets are syncopation as well. Except for the downbeat triplet, they can be syncopation. Anything can be syncopation. Quarter notes can be syncopation. Whole notes can be syncopation. It all depends on the context that you're in and where the other notes are. I will remind me to show you the Dream Theater thing, because that one is a beautiful example. We're not going to do this on this video because of copyright, but it's the intro to The Mirror by Dream Theater. Remind me to show you that. All right, let's continue. Let's see where it goes, because I want to see if the melody is still there. It's a reduction. It's a reduction. So this whole first minute that we had what could be elongation. An elongation or an elongated version of the motif, and just now we got the actual motif. Elongation is when we take a musical idea and we stretch it to last longer. And in this case, the melody that we had with those chords and that kind of thing. Legend, we have Rule 9 suspended right now. We have Rule 9 suspended right now. There's nothing above 8 minutes right now. So we have those notes falling and everything, and it turns out we were just playing them through the whole section instead of playing it through usually a couple of bars. And now we have taken that and we are playing the intended melody version of it. So, relatively speaking, this would be called a reduction, because we took those melodies that the piccolo flute and the piano were playing that was just all throughout the entirety of the first section, and now we're playing it in a couple of bars. That is a reduction. It's something that used to last a lot longer, now lasts a lot shorter. Legendary, welcome today, by the way. Legend Eater, welcome today. How you doing? So yeah, let's see where this goes. And of course, we also changed from straight eighths to triplets. But it's amazing how much the vibe can change with just that, isn't it? Let's see where it goes. Nice. And of course, the piano is adding a lot more notes in between the notes. We're having a bit of a virtuoso moment. By the way, virtuoso just means you're shredding it. That is just the academic term of shredding in whatever instrument you're in. If you play virtuoso, you're playing with the virtue of the skill that you have. So, yeah. Sounds good, Legend. Sounds good. Now that's syncopation again. I like that we took a single cadence and we're just focusing on that. By the way, cadence is, of course, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You're building tension or you're resolving tension. Point in the middle is cadence. And that one, this is an example of how you can stretch a cadence and just not resolve it for a bit until... correct, Plasma, not yet. So let's see where it goes. we bring back the piccolo, the strings are again playing on the beat, and now the piano is playing that reduced version of the motif against the piccolo's elongated version of the motif. So now we're bringing both together. I mean, we're almost 2 minutes into the 3-minute piece, which is around the time you're going to build up for a climax. So let's see how it goes. And we bring the climax using the Beethoven Moonlight Sonata method of just doing those arpeggios. Arpeggio, of course, when you play a chord one note at a time. And we are revisiting everything. Cadenza, not quite yet, but it kind of sounds like it. A cadenza, by the way, False Acid, good, thank you for ringing that up. A cadenza is a whole section, usually reserved for concertos. A concerto is focused on an individual soloist, and the cadenza is going to be a pre-planned, super difficult solo that is usually going to be just the instrument. So a violin concerto is going to have a cadenza where it's just the violin. Everyone else shut up. The violin is playing the really difficult part. That is a cadenza. Because you start the cadence with the orchestra, and the cadence is finished with the instrument playing a virtuoso, usually a virtuoso solo, just absolutely insane, and it just goes, So, I wouldn't call this a cadenza, this is just a climax, not just a climax, it's a climax. We are revisiting elements that we've been doing throughout the entire track. Let's see where this goes. I'll answer that in a second. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, now the piccolo has been reduced a little bit more. So instead of taking the full however long it took the first time around, now it's a little bit shorter. Not quite as fast as the piano, but it's still a lot faster than it was the first time around. And of course, we are cycling through a bunch of chords, making everything sound super dramatic. Because of course, what chords you play can really, really affect everything. So which, by the way, this is a very, very lovely, what's it called? False Acid, welcome to the Mosh Pit. Thank you for the follow again. It's a very, very cool moment of a cliche. In music, cliche just means that it works really, really well. And those chords that we were hearing, the progression that we were hearing, that is a cliche. It's super common to hear that because it's super dramatic and it works. So yeah, I thought you were following. You're subscribed. So yeah, that's weird. That's weird. Let's see. And of course those Beethoven arpeggios. And even further reduction. It's even faster now. We are just building up that tension. We got 25 seconds left. Let's see how it ends. Nice. Damn. That's awesome. How are you gonna end it though? Okay, false cadence. And there you go. We ended with the piano just like we started it. We build up. We had a deceptive cadence. So, what we heard there was a deceptive cadence. Again, cadence is the moment of between tension and resolution. That is cadence. A deceptive cadence is something that resolves where it's not supposed to go. Because usually most cadences are expected to be perfect or imperfect, authentic cadences. I'm not going to go into what the fully harmonic thing is. Basically, it's just where you expect the chord to go. However, a deceptive cadence is somewhere where it still makes sense for the chord to go, but it's just not where you expected it to be, which usually gives you the shape of, instead of going up and straight down, it gives you the moment of going up, and then you can build even further than that for then having the actual cadence that you just resolved to. So there's that. And we resolve everything by just having the piano give us a couple more chords. Really cool. And then, of course, that moment of just silence, of having everything kind of absorbed out. Just shut up. And that's so good. That's so good. And there you have it. That was Ill from the Cytus 2 soundtrack. Man, that was awesome. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what has happened here musically. If you're watching this on the YouTube video archive, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, one of them paid subscriptions to support the channel even further. With that, one of your favorite tracks, really good. Really good. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, if you're on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting. If you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord, go to the LFA requests channel, and follow the instructions in the pinned message. If you are on, if you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will link it down below. I'm getting distracted by all the messages. And of course, if you want to catch the streams live, in the description is the Twitch channel and the Discord server. They both have the stream starting times in your local time zone. We aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European time. If you want to know what that time that is in your local time zone, go to the Twitch or the Discord and do that. Follow the gaming channel, by the way. We have that. Games Are Bastard. Same username, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. It's where the gaming VODs go to for the after shows that we do. And, yeah. There you go. By the way, we started the bribe list. If you give $5 or more, you get priority. It's pay to win. So the more you give, the more priority you have. Do not put your economic stability at risk for something like that. Do not do that. Do not do that. I'm giving you the option, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, there you go. That was Ill from the Cytus 2 soundtrack. Really, really good stuff, man. But yeah, let's move on.